Well, good evening, my friends, and once again, thank you for taking this opportunity to join me. I am Chi-Town Zone for Saturday, October the 27th, 2018, with just little more than 10 days away to the midterm elections again. I'm sure that many of you are already aware of the tragic situation that unfolded early this afternoon in the city of Pittsburgh, there at a Jewish synagogue, where a deranged gunman stormed inside of the synagogue and began shouting, "All Jews must die," before opening fire, fatally wounding 11 people inside of the church, the synagogue there, of course, as many of you may already be aware, leaving 6 others wounded. Out of those 6, we do know that 4 of them are police officers. 2 of them are regular uniformed police officers, and 2 of them were the responding SWAT officers as well. Again, we do know that evidently the suspect surrendered after a brief shootout with the police officers. And as according to what I was hearing as I was listening to the Pittsburgh PD radio, they had mentioned that the suspect was crawling out, had appeared to be injured. We are not sure if he was wounded or not, but they had mentioned that he was injured. And as he was crawling out, he was shouting to the police officers again that all Jews must die. But again, we really don't want to mention his name right now because I don't want to give this guy the credit or fame or anything like this. This is an absolutely sick, disgusting, cowardly act by this individual. And, we all strongly condemn this up the utmost, for, what has happened in Pittsburgh, and our deepest thoughts and condolences are with everyone there, including the victims' loved ones, that those they definitely leave behind, and all of the first responders involved in this tragic situation that unfolded early this afternoon in Pittsburgh again. But we do have a link that we will be leaving in the description below again in regards to this tragic situation if you guys want to read more into it. It does have the subject's name and his age and how many counts he will be facing. We do know from what it reads here that he is facing a total of 29 counts according to sources by Fox News here again. We did see a brief press conference this morning in regards to the tragic situation again, where we do know he is facing 11 other counts as well. But it does go on to read here that the suspected gunman behind Saturday's shooting in Pittsburgh, in the Pittsburgh synagogue, which left 11 people dead and 6 more injured, has been formally charged, prosecutors gone on to say. We do know, I'm not saying this gentleman's name here, we do know he is 46 years of age, was charged late Saturday with 29 counts of crimes of violence and firearms offenses after authorities say he carried out an anti-Semitic attack on the Sabbath, the Jewish Sabbath. The bloody attack brought swift condemnation from President Trump and other leaders and inspired a grim visual in the city Saturday that attracted thousands. I know some of you are probably already watching bits of this visual. I had tuned in not long ago myself to catch a little bit of this visual myself again. But again, this is all we do know as of right now. He is facing a total of 29 charges. We do know that right now he is in police custody. We don't know, I don't know right now whether or not this subject is in a hospital again, but we do know that this does come just a day after another subject was taken into custody yesterday in connection with the multiple pipe bombs that were mailed to multiple senators of the Democratic Party, as many of you may know. Again, we do know this subject's name. His name is Cesar Salak of Adventura, Florida. He's 46 years of age, and we do know that he is no stranger to law enforcement again. But we do know it was in 2002 where he was arrested for making terroristic bomb threats. Again, indicated that at one point he was a registered Democrat before he flipped over to the Republican Party, where sources went on to say that he was a registered Republican. He was registered to vote as a Republican out of Miami-Dade County. But again, we do know he is in FBI custody as well. And again, with this tragic situation that unfolded in Pittsburgh this morning, or should I say early this afternoon, excuse me. It just comes one day after the arrest of this person of interest in connection with these pipe bombs. But again, what really struck me the most about all that's going on now, with it's just being no more than just 10 days away to the midterm elections. Again, we do know that sources have indicated that the Republican Party is leading in the polls to take the Senate. It just comes on the heels that we got so much going on, and it makes many of us already wonder, because we got, as many of you may know, we have a migrant caravan, a total of at least 7,000 or more that are moving in from the south of Honduras, pushing through the streets of Mexico, headed to the United States. And as I've said again, this is not a welcoming party. This is an absolute invasion by these people. And Trump, we do know that Trump has already, or should I say James Mattis has already ordered a total of 800 troops to the border to assist with those that are currently already there from our sources again. But with that being said, we have, this just comes on the heels of us being on the verge of the midterm, just 10 days away. We have a migrant caravan on its way to the we have a migrant caravan on its way to the country, expected, from what some sources are saying, should be here sometime in November, according to some sources. And of course, we have this subject who is supposed registered voter for the Republican Party, just taken into custody yesterday for supposedly mailing multiple pipe bombs, which many believe are fake, to a total of 14 Democratic senators from the far left, again, starting with infamous George Soros, as many of you may know, as I reported earlier. And then, of course, now we have this mass shooting, again, in Pittsburgh, leaving, unfortunately, 11 people tragically deceased and 6 others wounded, including 4 police officers there, again, which, again, our deepest thoughts are with each and every one of them, as well, as I've gone on to say. But, if you really think about all that's going on now, what are the odds, given that we're no more than just 10 days away to the midterm elections? As I've said before, Fox News was just interviewing a retired NYPD detective the other day on Fox News, and he even gone on to say that with the whole pipe bomb issue, that this was a false flag. This was nothing more than an attempt by the Democratic Party to intimidate and scare the voters, to overturn the vote, to get the Democratic Party to overtake the Senate. And many of us already know that the members of the Democratic Party are attempting to impeach Trump again if they manage to overtake the Senate again, which we do hope that doesn't happen, given everything that's going on now. But again, with that being said, my friends, we will do our very best to keep up on everything that is going on now. I will be leaving a link in regards to this breaking story that unfolded early this afternoon, again, in Pittsburgh. And with that being said, for those of you who are looking to keep up on further breaking news, if we happen to have any, do feel free to subscribe. Again, I will do my best to continue to keep you informed as much as possible leading up to the midterms again. And with that being said, everyone, of course, have a good night, and I'll be talking to you all soon. God bless.